And Kate Smith, a senior editor at Kiplinger's Personal Finance. She brings Wall Street to Main Street, covering investment and personal finance for real people trying to navigate the fast-changing markets and to preserve financial security or to plan for the future. She edits the magazine's Forward Looking Ahead section and writes the Your Mind and Your Money column, and we're very pleased to have her talking about what she has recently written on counting on a raise this year, trends that you need to know, and what are the things that we can do or should do to help ourselves.
Well, one of the things that's happening is companies are moving away from this once a year you get a performance review and followed by a raise schedule. They're really moving more towards this personalized schedule of feedback. So you might not get a raise every year, but when you do get a raise, it will maybe more fairly reflect your performance, and it might be more significant because it comes less often. But the thing to remember, the important thing, is that you need to make sure that you are absolutely clear and on the same page with your manager about what's expected. What are the goals? How are you expected to meet them? You need to know how you're going to be measured in terms of whether you've been successful or not. So everybody's on the same page with the same markers and the same metrics. And that puts a little more of the responsibility on the employee's shoulders. It's a lot more of a proactive kind of relationship.
So, and I presume that, as you say, you need to ask those questions so that you know what your employer does expect from you, and then to meet those goals, because then you have something to aim at. And right, you say, okay, I know specifically what they want. Now, do I just do that, or do I try to work beyond that to improve my standing?
Oh, well, both.
Okay.
Yeah. You meet the standard with the metrics that have been spelled out, but yeah, absolutely take on as much other responsibility as you can. And companies, here's another thing: companies are more amenable to working with you to expand your own horizons. Like I said, the labor department, the labor market is starting to get a little bit tighter, so that companies want to keep you if you're a good worker. And one of the things that you negotiate along with your raise are opportunities, whether it's education or training or the ability to get on a project that you really want to work on. Those are things that will advance your own career. And, there's also, people shouldn't forget that there's other things that they might want to negotiate for besides money. Flexible schedule. Right.
Okay. Can I work from home, for instance?
Working from home. I'll tell you, I live 12 miles from my office, and it usually takes me over an hour to get here. So I love it when I can work at home. It gives me, It gives more hours in the day.
And are you thought less of if you say, look, I'd like to work from home? I mean, does an employer think, well, this guy doesn't, or this gal really doesn't want to work so much? I don't think so anymore. I mean, it's kind of like an accepted possibility, isn't it?
Well, that's where you have to be very clear on the metrics that you're going to be measured by. If it's not FaceTime in the office, you have to make sure that your boss knows or your manager knows what you're accomplishing, what you're working on. You have to be very transparent. I'm going to be working on this. This is how far I've gotten on it. Here's how I'll update you along the way.